It has actually been quite a while since I made a video covering the story of an individual ranger. In fact, the last one I did was on Cole Evans, and that was over 5 months ago. In today's video, I'm going to share some love to the Red Ranger from one of my personal favourite seasons, Lightspeed Rescue, and that is of course Carter Grayson. Let's get into it. So Lightspeed Rescue is commonly a season that doesn't get much love. Whenever I've made videos about the worst seasons of Power Rangers, or anything similar, the comments always tend to bring up this season. Which is funny, because it's actually one of my favourites. I enjoyed it because they tried something different. Power Rangers was, for the first time, sort of grounded in reality. They were essentially a man-made rescue team, instead of superheroes that were controlled by a giant floating head or something similar. Not only that, but this season had the first original American Ranger, the Titanium Ranger, who to this day is still one of my favourite 6th Rangers ever. And let's be honest, can you really have a good season of Power Rangers without a good Red Ranger? This team had Carter Grayson. In his younger life, Carter was saved from a burning building by a mysterious firefighter. It was this moment that inspired him to want to become a firefighter himself. He would later find out that the firefighter that rescued him was none other than Captain William Mitchell, who was the head of the Lightspeed Aquabase and mentor of the Lightspeed Rangers. Of course, he was also the father to future 6th Ranger, Bryan Mitchell. Over the next few years, Captain Mitchell would keep an eye on Carter, following his career as a firefighter and noting his potential as a possible future Ranger. Before we continue, don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button if you're enjoying the Power Rangers content. Thank you. So as his career progressed, he quickly became one of Marina Bay's best firefighters. His often risky and daring maneuvers would put his life at risk but save those that were in danger. He is extremely brave, headstrong and quick thinking, all qualities that make a great leader. He was the first Ranger to accept the position on the team and gladly took on the role of its leader. He would courageously lead the Rangers against the forces of series villains Diabolico and Queen Banshira. Although Carter would take risks to save lives, he was also extremely by the book. He would take risks, but not break rules, though he was willing to make sacrifices when necessary. For example, at the end of Lightspeed Rescue, he even urges his friends to close the lid on the tomb to the Shadow World so he can sacrifice himself to stop the demons from being unleashed. Carter's dutifulness to protect others is somewhat misguided. He never took a day off, even when Captain Mitchell gave the Rangers crystal clear orders to take a day off and relax. He truly believed that in order to save others, he could not rest. He had to constantly be working or training. And throughout the Lightspeed Rescue season, he led the team through many battles, concluding with a final battle against Queen Banshira. He bravely tossed her into the Shadow World to end the threat. He also developed feelings for Dana Mitchell throughout the season, the pink Lightspeed Rescue Ranger and daughter of Captain Mitchell. Nothing is made particularly clear in the show, but it seems that the feelings were mutual. Anyway, after the season concludes and Carter saves the day, he returns to his regular job within the fire department. We of course see him return later in the Time Force season. Following the defeat of Queen Banshira 1 year later, Viper returns from the dead and begins terrorizing Silver Hills. He appears driving and stopping the rescue rover and steps out, introducing himself to the Time Force Rangers. At the clock tower, he then tells the Time Force Rangers about Viper's plan. That is to summon a powerful demon named Korganon. He then proceeds to call his former teammates. Viper then proceeds to summon Korganon, but is interrupted by Carter and Wes. Carter steals the amulet and drives away, but Viper follows them and confronts them at a dead end, and the two Red Rangers are stopped by Ransik. Carter is about to destroy the amulet but is interrupted by Nadira, who has the other Time Force Rangers captive. In order to get Wes's teammates to safety, Carter is forced to reluctantly give back the amulet to Viper, and she then orders the Demon Warriors to let the other Time Force Rangers go. But after that, Viper summons Korganon. But fortunately, the other Lightspeed Rescue Rangers turn up and help out. All of them morph into their Ranger forms and take on the 5 Demon Warriors. Carter and Wes team up against Viper and Korganon. When the battle starts getting tough, Carter and the other Rangers turn into their battleizers and destroy their enemies. The Time Force Rangers show the Lightspeed Rangers their base and give them their jackets, after the Time Force Rangers give them their Time Force uniforms. They then offer to transport the Lightspeed Rangers back to Marina Bay. The next time we see Carter is in the Forever Red episode of Wild Force, joining the team of Red Rangers, one of my favourite Power Ranger episodes of all time. I've talked about Forever Red a lot in previous videos, so I'm not going to go into too much detail about it here. The next time we see Carter is with almost every other Ranger ever in the legendary battle during Power Rangers Super Megaforce. He is actually one of the few Rangers that we see unmasked. He has some appearances in the comics as well, but as they are a separate continuity, I won't cover that today. But as always, if you want to see more comic book content, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And that's pretty much it, guys. There isn't a ton of detail to share with you about Carter's story. I try to make these videos pretty general to give you an idea about the character and their journey, rather than just telling you which monster of the week they defeat in every episode. I hope you are still enjoying this type of content. Be sure to let me know which Ranger you'd like to see covered next. Before I go, please don't forget to check out our latest channel, Blue Eyes TCGs, if you're into trading cards. And if you're in the UK, we now have a trading card shop, Newport Trading Cards. Feel free to come down and say hi, I'll be in there a few days a week. Thank you everyone for watching, I hope you have a great day, may the power protect you, and I will see you next time on the 6th Ranger.